Introduction. Sound technicians play a crucial role in the cruise ship industry, ensuring that the onboard sound quality is always at its highest level. They are responsible for ensuring that the sound equipment is in perfect working condition, that music, shows, and events on board are heard clearly in all areas of the ship, and that alarm and communication systems are always ready to be used in case of an emergency. Sound technicians work closely with other crew members and onboard artists to ensure that performances and events run smoothly. This is a challenging and demanding job that requires advanced technical skills as well as excellent interpersonal and teamwork skills. However, for those who love music, sound, and life at sea, being a sound technician on a cruise ship can be an exciting and rewarding career. What are the necessary characteristics to be a sound technician? Being a sound technician on a cruise ship is an exciting and challenging profession that requires advanced technical skills as well as excellent interpersonal and teamwork skills. To succeed in this profession, it is important to have a combination of technical knowledge and personal skills. Additionally, the ability to work in a constantly changing maritime environment is crucial. To be successful as a sound technician aboard a cruise ship, some important characteristics include advanced knowledge of sound equipment, including mixers, amplifiers, speakers, and microphones. Ability to solve technical problems quickly and efficiently. Knowledge of sound recording and editing software. Ability to work with large and diverse teams. Excellent communication and interaction skills with the public and other professionals. Ability to work in a fast-paced environment. Strong time management and organizational skills. Knowledge of communication technology, such as radio and intercom. Ability to read and understand circuit diagrams and electrical schematics. Ability to work under pressure and in emergency situations. Flexibility to work irregular hours and long hours. Strong problem-solving and critical analysis skills. Knowledge of maritime safety protocols and fire prevention. Ability to work at heights, such as on a raised platform or mast. Knowledge of various musical genres and sound styles. Ability to perform preventive maintenance on sound equipment. Knowledge of surround sound systems and audio equipment for movies. Ability to work independently and in a team. Ability to work with different nationalities and cultures. Ability to handle criticism and constructive feedback to improve onboard sound quality. How do I get started working? If you are a sound technician passionate about music and the sea, working as a sound technician on a cruise ship can be an incredible opportunity to combine your profession with your passion. But how do you get started? First, it's important to have the necessary qualifications and technical knowledge. This includes a diploma or certificate in sound engineering or music production, as well as advanced knowledge of sound equipment and recording and editing software. The ability to work in a team and handle emergency situations is also important. Here are some important topics to help you better understand how to start working as a sound technician on cruise ships. Check if you meet the basic requirements, such as age, education, and technical qualifications. Research cruise companies that offer vacancies for sound technicians. Look for information about the application and selection process. Prepare a resume highlighting your qualifications and previous experience. Create a personalized cover letter for each application. Be willing to work irregular hours and long hours. Ensure that you have the necessary interpersonal skills to deal with a diverse crew and passengers. Familiarize yourself with maritime safety standards and procedures. Have a good level of English, which is the main language used on board cruise ships. Consider obtaining additional certifications, such as the Ship Protection Certification, STCW. Be willing to undergo initial and ongoing training. Be prepared to deal with emergency situations, such as fires and evacuations. To talk to sound technicians who already work on cruise ships for information and advice. Prepare to travel and work in different parts of the world. Be willing to handle criticism and constructive feedback to improve onboard sound quality. Be prepared to work in a challenging and unpredictable environment. Have a good knowledge of different music genres and sound styles. Be willing to perform preventive maintenance on sound equipment. Develop your problem-solving and critical analysis skills. Stay updated with the latest technologies and trends in sound equipment and music production. Salary and benefits. Salaries for sound technicians on cruise ships vary according to the professional's experience and qualifications, as well as the cruise company in question. In general, salaries range from $2,000 to $4,000 per month. In addition to salary, sound technicians on cruise ships can also enjoy a range of benefits, which may include free onboard accommodation, free and/or discounted meals on board, medical and dental assistance, paid vacation, possibility to work in different locations and learn about new cultures, discounts at onboard shops, bars, and restaurants, career advancement opportunities, participation in training and professional development programs, possibility to engage in recreational activities on board, free travel on days off to explore the destinations where the ship docks, access to onboard entertainment facilities such as cinema, pools, and gym, uniforms and work equipment provided by the company, life and personal accident insurance, flexible schedules for taking time off, possibility to save money, as accommodation and meals are free. Is language important? Language is extremely important for those who wish to work as a sound technician on a cruise ship, as it is necessary to communicate with a crew and passengers from various nationalities and cultures. The main language used on board cruise ships is English, therefore, it is important to have a good level of proficiency in the language to communicate efficiently with colleagues and passengers. As a sound technician, it is necessary to be able to understand the needs and requests of artists and musicians from different parts of the world, as well as to communicate technical information clearly and accurately with other professionals on board the ship. In addition, it is important to have knowledge of specific terminology related to sound engineering and sound equipment, which are often described in English. This includes technical terms related to sound mixing, microphones, speakers, and audio processors, among others. Having a good knowledge of English can also help the sound technician to adapt more quickly to safety policies and procedures on board the ship and to understand instructions in emergency situations. In summary, language is essential for those who wish to work as a sound technician on cruise ships, and it is important to have a good knowledge of English to effectively communicate with colleagues and passengers from different cultural and national backgrounds. To work as a sound technician on a cruise ship, it is usually necessary to have the following documents. To work as a sound technician on a cruise ship, the following documents are usually required. Valid passport. A passport is essential for international travel and is a mandatory document to work on cruise ships. Certificate of Competency, STCW. This is a mandatory certificate to work on cruise ships, which ensures that the holder has the necessary skills and knowledge to work on commercial ships. Professional Training Certificate in Audio and Sound. This certificate attests to the training and knowledge of the sound technician and can be obtained through audio and sound courses in recognized institutions. Medical Certificate. This is a document that attests to the candidate's good physical and mental health, which is necessary to work in a maritime environment that requires good physical and emotional condition. Work Visa. This is a necessary document to work in some countries and is issued by the authorities of the country where the ship is registered. Vaccination documentation. Some cruise companies may require vaccination documentation, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Personal safety certificate. This is a certificate that attests that the holder has undergone safety training on board ships, including firefighting, personal safety, and rescue. English proficiency certificate. As most cruise ships operate internationally, it is necessary for crew members to have advanced knowledge of English to communicate with the crew and passengers. It is important to remember that the requirements to work as a sound technician may vary according to the cruise company and the region where the ship operates, so it is always important to check the specific requirements of the company you wish to work for before applying. How should my CV be presented? The presentation of your resume for the position of sound technician on a cruise ship should be professional and well organized. Here are some tips to help you create an attractive and effective resume. Formatting. Use a readable and clean font, such as Arial or Times New Roman, with font size between 10 and 12 points. Use clear organization, with distinct sections such as professional summary, work experience, education, and skills. Highlight your skills. Highlight the relevant skills for the position of sound technician, such as knowledge of sound systems, audio equipment, and sound mixing. Also include your skills in teamwork and problem solving. Work experience. List all relevant work experience in reverse chronological order, starting with your most recent position. Highlight your responsibilities and achievements in each position, including projects you have led or contributed to the success of. Education. List your academic education, including courses and certifications related to sound and audio technology. Languages. Highlight your language skills, especially English, which is the main language on cruise ships. Include information about your fluency level in each language. Cover letter. Accompany your resume with a cover letter that highlights your skills and specific experiences for the sound technician position. This is an opportunity for you to showcase your personality and enthusiasm for the position. Review and editing. Make sure to carefully review your resume to correct any grammatical or spelling errors, as well as ensuring it is complete and well-structured. Remember that the presentation of your resume should reflect your professionalism and technical skills for the sound technician position. Make sure to adapt your resume for the specific position and company to increase your chances of being selected for an interview. Example of how a good CV should be written. Here is an example of how an excellent resume for the position of sound technician for a cruise ship could be structured. Your full name, address, city, state, phone, email, professional summary. Highly skilled sound technician with over 5 years of experience in sound mixing and audio system operation. Expert in sound equipment and studio recording techniques, with teamwork and problem-solving skills. Fluent in English and Spanish, with availability to travel and work in a maritime environment. Work experience. Sound technician, ABC Productions, Miami, Florida. January 2019 present. Operation of sound systems in live events, including music shows and corporate events. Sound mixing and audio editing for studio recordings and live broadcasts. Setup and maintenance of sound equipment to ensure optimal quality and performance. Sound technician, XYZ Productions, Los Angeles, California. May 2016 to December 2018. Coordination of sound team for live shows and events. Sound mixing and audio editing for theater and musical productions. Maintenance of sound equipment and repairs when necessary. Education. Bachelor of Audio and Video Production, University of Miami, Miami, Florida. August 2012 to May 2016. Skills: sound mixing and audio editing in professional software, such as Pro Tools and Logic Pro. Knowledge of sound systems, including PA systems and monitoring systems. Knowledge of sound equipment, including microphones, mixers, and effects processors. Skills in problem solving and conflict resolution in a team. Fluency in English and Spanish. Certifications. Certificate of Competence in Personal Safety, issued by the U.S. Maritime Authority. Certificate of Professional Training in Audio and Sound, issued by the University of Miami. Review and editing. Make sure to carefully review your resume to correct any grammatical or spelling errors, as well as ensuring it is complete and well-structured. Ask a friend or trusted colleague to review your resume before submitting your application. Adaptation for the company. Remember that the presentation of your resume should be adapted for the specific position and company. Research the company before submitting your application to better understand the sound team's needs and expectations and include relevant information in your resume. With a well-organized and adapted resume, you increase your chances of being selected for an interview and demonstrate your competence and skills as a sound technician for a cruise ship. How should the cover letter be made? The cover letter from the previous employer to recommend an employee for the position of cruise ship sound technician should include important information about the employee's experience and relevant skills for the position. Some important points to consider include: Introduction. Start the cover letter with a clear and concise introduction, indicating the name and position of the recommended employee, as well as the name of the previous company they worked for. Experience description. Describe the employee's experience in the previous company, including their position and responsibilities. Highlight the employee's achievements and contributions to the company, especially in the area of sound and audio. Relevant skills. Identify the employee's relevant skills for the position of cruise ship sound technician. This may include skills in sound mixing, operation of sound systems and audio equipment, as well as skills in teamwork and problem solving. Recommendation. Conclude the cover letter with a clear and strong recommendation of the employee for the position of cruise ship sound technician. Highlight the value that the employee can bring to the ship's sound team based on their experience and skills. Signature. End the letter with a formal signature, including your name, position, and contact information. Remember that the cover letter should be written in a clear, concise, and persuasive manner, highlighting the employee's experience and skills for the position of cruise ship sound technician. Make sure to include relevant details about the employee's experience and skills, so that the employer can have a clear view of their qualifications for the position. Body of the letter. Dear employer name. I am writing to recommend John Smith for the position of cruise ship sound technician. I had the pleasure of working with John for 4 years at XYZ Productions, where he served as our lead sound engineer. During his time with us, John consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic, technical expertise, and an unwavering commitment to producing high-quality sound. John's extensive experience in sound engineering makes him an ideal candidate for the position of cruise ship sound technician. During his time at XYZ Productions, he was responsible for operating sound systems for a wide variety of live events, including concerts, corporate events, and theater productions. John has a keen ear for mixing sound and is experienced in using Pro Tools and Logic Pro to edit audio recordings. In addition to his technical skills, John is an excellent team player and communicator. He has a positive attitude and is always willing to lend a hand to ensure the success of the production. John is skilled in conflict resolution and has a proven track record of working collaboratively with colleagues, clients, and artists. I am confident that John would be an asset to your team as a cruise ship sound technician. His experience and expertise make him an ideal candidate for the position, and I highly recommend him for your consideration. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you require any further information. Sincerely, your name. Former employer at XYZ Productions. Contact information, phone number, email address. Live and online interview. Tips for live interview. To perform well in an interview for the position of sound technician on board a cruise ship, it is important to follow some tips. Research the cruise company and its sound standards before the interview. Dress professionally to make a good first impression. Prepare a list of questions for the interviewer. Practice your communication and oral expression skills. Demonstrate enthusiasm for the position and job opportunities. Show your experience in working in teams, especially in maritime environments. Be prepared to answer questions about your experience and skills in sound and audio. Demonstrate knowledge of sound equipment and audio technology. Be ready to describe your experience in sound mixing and audio editing. Show your ability to problem solve, especially in emergency situations. Demonstrate knowledge of sound systems, including PA systems and monitoring systems. Be able to handle the pressure and stress of working in a maritime environment. Be willing to work flexible hours, including weekends and holidays. Demonstrate fluency in English, as most onboard communication is conducted in English. Be prepared to describe your experience working with different music genres and live events. Demonstrate knowledge of acoustics and sound theory. Be willing to learn new skills and technologies. Be prepared to describe your experience in dealing with guest performers and artists. Demonstrate your flexibility and adaptability to different situations and work environments. Be ready to describe your experience in dealing with challenges and resolving conflicts in a team environment. To be successful as a sound technician, it is crucial to be able to communicate efficiently and professionally with guests and colleagues. Additionally, it is essential to be prepared to handle unforeseen situations and meet guest needs appropriately. Tips for an online interview. Tips for online interview. If the interview is online, it's important to follow some tips to do well. Check your internet connection and audiovisual equipment before the interview. Choose a quiet environment with no distractions to conduct the interview. Dress professionally and avoid wearing casual clothes. Make sure the lighting is adequate and your face is clearly visible on the camera. Maintain eye contact with the interviewer and avoid distractions. Be prepared to test audio and sound equipment during the interview. Prepare a list of questions for the interviewer. Practice your communication and oral expression skills. Show enthusiasm for the position and work opportunities. Demonstrate experience working in teams, especially in maritime environments. Be prepared to answer questions about your experience and skills in sound and audio. Demonstrate knowledge of sound equipment and audio technology. Be ready to describe your experience in sound mixing and audio editing. Show your problem-solving skills, especially in emergency situations. Demonstrate knowledge of sound systems, including PA and monitoring systems. Be able to handle the pressure and stress of working in a maritime environment. Be willing to work flexible hours, including weekends and holidays. Demonstrate fluency in English, as most onboard communication is in English. Be prepared to describe your experience working with different music genres and live events. Be ready to describe your experience in handling challenges and resolving conflicts in a team environment. Remember that as a sound technician, it's essential to communicate clearly and professionally with guests and colleagues, and be prepared to improvise and respond to guests' needs. What are the most common live and online interview questions? Some common questions that may be asked in a live or online interview for the position of sound technician aboard a cruise ship include: what is your experience in sound mixing and audio editing? What are your skills in sound equipment and audio technology? How do you handle emergency situations related to sound and audio? How do you stay updated on trends and technologies in sound and audio? What are your skills in teamwork and problem solving? How do you handle stress and pressure of working in a maritime environment? What is your experience in dealing with performers and guest artists? How do you handle challenges and conflicts in a team environment? What is your knowledge of sound systems, including PA and monitoring systems? What are your skills in acoustics and sound theory? How do you handle working with different musical genres and live events? How do you handle working flexible hours, including weekends and holidays? What is your experience in working in a maritime environment? What are your skills in communication and oral expression? How do you stay motivated in a maritime work environment? What are your expectations for working as a sound technician aboard a cruise ship? How do you handle the constant change of locations and work environments? What is your fluency in English? How do you handle the need to improvise and respond quickly to guests' needs? What do you think you can bring new and different to the sound team of a cruise ship? What are the common questions and answers for live and online interviews in English? Some common questions and answers in English for an interview for the position of sound technician aboard a cruise ship include: can you tell us about your experience working as a sound technician on cruise ships? Answer: sure. I have worked as a sound technician on several cruise ships for the past 5 years. What audio equipment are you familiar with and proficient in using? Answer: I am proficient in using a variety of audio equipment, including digital mixing consoles, amplifiers, equalizers, and processors. How do you ensure the audio equipment on a ship is properly maintained and repaired? Answer: I have a strict maintenance schedule that I follow to ensure all audio equipment is properly cared for. Additionally, I work with the ship's maintenance team to address any necessary repairs. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a technical issue with audio equipment on a ship? Answer: one time, we experienced a power surge that damaged several pieces of audio equipment. I had to quickly troubleshoot the issue and replace the damaged equipment before the next performance. How do you manage time effectively to ensure all audio needs are met for multiple performances and events on a ship? Answer: I create a schedule for each performance and event, prioritizing tasks to ensure all audio needs are met in a timely manner. How do you work with other members of a ship's entertainment team to ensure the audio needs of each performance are met? Answer: I collaborate with the performers, stage crew, and other entertainment team members to ensure all audio needs are communicated and met. Can you describe your experience working with different genres of music and sound effects? Answer: I have experience working with a variety of genres, including rock, pop, jazz, and classical music, as well as sound effects for theater productions. How do you ensure the sound quality of each performance is consistent and meets the expectations of the audience? Answer: I use soundcheck and monitoring systems to ensure the sound quality is consistent throughout each performance. Can you describe a time when you had to work under pressure to meet a tight deadline for an audio-related project? Answer: one time, I had to quickly set up a sound system for a last-minute event that was scheduled on the ship. I worked quickly and efficiently to ensure the event was a success. How do you ensure the safety of audio equipment and personnel while on a ship? Answer: I follow safety protocols and guidelines set by the ship's management team to ensure the safety of all personnel and equipment. Can you describe your experience working with wireless microphones and in-ear monitors? Answer: I have extensive experience working with wireless microphones and in-ear monitors, ensuring that each performer has the appropriate equipment to deliver their best performance. How do you stay up to date with new technology and advancements in audio equipment? Answer: I attend industry conferences and workshops, and I keep up to date with industry publications and online forums. Can you describe your experience working with a variety of audio cables and connectors? Answer: I have extensive experience working with a variety of audio cables and connectors, including XLR, TRS, and RCA connectors. How do you troubleshoot issues with sound levels during a performance? Answer: I use soundcheck systems and adjust levels as necessary during the performance to ensure a consistent sound level throughout. Can you describe your experience working with large-scale sound systems for outdoor events? Answer: I have experience working with large-scale sound systems for outdoor events, including festivals and concerts. I ensure that the sound system is appropriately configured to meet the needs of each event. These questions and answers are useful for those who have already worked on board and want to apply for the same area, but in another company. The recruiter will evaluate your degree of calmness and speed regarding real-life situations that the interviewee experienced when working as a sound technician on a cruise ship. Let's move on to the questions and examples of answers. Can you tell us about your previous experience working as a sound technician on cruise ships? Answer: Yes, I have worked as a sound technician on several cruise ships for the past 5 years. What audio equipment are you familiar with and proficient in using? Answer: I am proficient in using a variety of audio equipment, including digital mixing consoles, amplifiers, equalizers, and processors. What types of audio productions have you been involved in during your previous experience working on cruise ships? Answer: I have been involved in a variety of audio productions, including live music performances, theatrical productions, and dance shows. How do you ensure the audio equipment on a ship is properly maintained and repaired? Answer: I have a strict maintenance schedule that I follow to ensure all audio equipment is properly cared for. Additionally, I work with the ship's maintenance team to address any necessary repairs. How do you manage time effectively to ensure all audio needs are met for multiple performances and events on a ship? Answer: I create a schedule for each performance and event, prioritizing tasks to ensure all audio needs are met in a timely manner. Can you describe your experience working with different genres of music and sound effects? Answer: I have experience working with a variety of genres, including rock, pop, jazz, and classical music, as well as sound effects for theater productions. How do you work with other members of a ship's entertainment team to ensure the audio needs of each performance are met? Answer: I collaborate with the performers, stage crew, and other entertainment team members to ensure all audio needs are communicated and met. How do you ensure the sound quality of each performance is consistent and meets the expectations of the audience? Answer: I use soundcheck and monitoring systems to ensure the sound quality is consistent throughout each performance. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a technical issue with audio equipment on a ship? Answer: One time, we experienced a power surge that damaged several pieces of audio equipment. I had to quickly troubleshoot the issue and replace the damaged equipment before the next performance. Can you describe your experience working with wireless microphones and in-ear monitors? Answer: I have extensive experience working with wireless microphones and in-ear monitors, ensuring that each performer has the appropriate equipment to deliver their best performance. How do you stay up to date with new technology and advancements in audio equipment? Answer: I attend industry conferences and workshops, and I keep up to date with industry publications and online forums. Can you describe your experience working with a variety of audio cables and connectors? Answer: I have extensive experience working with a variety of audio cables and connectors, including XLR, TRS, and RCA connectors. How do you troubleshoot issues with sound levels during a performance? Answer: I use soundcheck systems and adjust levels as necessary during the performance to ensure a consistent sound level throughout. How do you ensure the safety of audio equipment and personnel while on a ship? Answer: I follow safety protocols and guidelines set by the ship's management team to ensure the safety of all personnel and equipment. What are your strengths as a sound technician, and how can they contribute to the success of the cruise ship's entertainment team? Answer: I have strong communication and collaboration skills, as well as a keen attention to detail. I believe these strengths will allow me to work effectively with the entertainment team to ensure the success of each performance and event. Communication on board. What are the most useful phrases to use? Some useful phrases that can be used as a sound technician on board a cruise ship include: Can you hear me clearly through your monitor? I will adjust the levels to ensure everything sounds balanced. I need to do a sound check before we start the show. Let me know if you need any adjustments to your microphone. I will make sure the sound is perfect for your performance. I will switch the inputs for the next artist, please wait. We are experiencing some feedback, I need to adjust the EQ. I will ensure the sound is at the appropriate level for the audience. We need to replace a cable, please wait a few minutes. I will test the speakers to ensure they are working properly. Please let me know if you are having any technical issues with your equipment. We need to adjust the sound for the different acoustics of this venue. I will set up stage monitors so the performers can hear themselves clearly. We need to do a sound check before the event to ensure everything is working properly. I will make sure the sound system is ready for the next performance. These phrases are just an example, and it's important to be prepared to improvise and communicate clearly and effectively with guests. As a sound technician, it's essential to be able to communicate in a clear and professional manner with guests and colleagues, and be prepared to improvise and respond to guest needs. Conclusion. In conclusion, working as a sound technician for a cruise ship is an exciting and challenging opportunity. It is a position that requires a high level of technical skill, communication ability, and adaptability, as you will be working in a constantly changing environment. It is essential to have a good understanding of audio equipment, mixing techniques, and problem-solving skills. Additionally, having strong interpersonal skills and being able to work effectively as part of a team is important. If you are looking for a challenging and exciting career, working as a sound technician for a cruise ship may be a great option for you. With the right skills, determination, and hard work, you can excel and succeed in this rewarding position.